All right. Um, we are back to our discussion, the issue at hand, which is the danger of religion. I think this is part five of it. We we are still dealing with that of Christianity. We've not got gotten into other religions, but I promise we're going to do that. Even though the issue of Christian religion is too cumbersome, but I will try as much as I can to make sure that we do justice to it, no matter how little, even if we don't exhaust it all. But I believe that the much information you can gather from this discussion will really and actually go a long way if you are a critical thinker and if you are reasonable. Now, before we proceed, I want to say this very quick. Please don't be too harsh and don't be too quick to condemn and attack and say derogatory things or do things out of proportion simply because you want to play a holy God or simply because you want to hold brief, either for God or for Jesus or for the Christian religion. No, because that has been the problem, the issue that has kept mankind bound over these years. Because mankind think that we can fight or defend God. But no, no, no is the answer. Now, I want to start by asking this question. As a radical Christian that you are, as a Christian that love God so much and love Jesus so much that you are, and you go out for evangelism, which is to win soul or souls for Christ, and you are faced with these questions that are cropping up from every angle these days. How will you handle it? If you are asked, the Bible said, God said in the Bible, thou shalt not kill. And the same God who said, thou shalt not kill, also commanded that a tribe or a nation should be wiped off, even the suckling. That same God. If you are faced with such questions, will you attack the so called unbeliever that is asking you that question? What will you do? Remember, the Bible said that he that winneth a soul is wise. What you need is wisdom. The Bible didn't say he that winneth a soul is holy. The Bible didn't say he that winneth a soul is strong, is powerful, is knowledgeable of the scriptures. No. But rather, the Bible said that he that winneth a soul is wise. What does that tell you? You need wisdom to excel. You need wisdom to understand even yourself. You need wisdom to understand your environment. You need wisdom to understand when there are changes in life. You need wisdom to understand when things that you think that they were real is now no longer proven to be real. You need wisdom for all this to happen. Now, in the because Bible is the holy book of the Christian religion, right? like you have the Quran as the holy book of the Muslims. Okay. Now, in the Bible story, which is the holy book of the Christians, the Bible talked about creation, that God started the creation on the first day and rested on the sixth day, which is Sabbath day. If I may ask you now, before the invention of the Gregorian calendar, which calendar was used to determine the day that God started this creation or this creation exercise? Which calendar? Where was it scientifically proven that this was the very day that he started the work of creation and this was the very day he rested? And which day, as a matter of fact, is indeed the first day? Now, these questions and more, this and more, you cannot be able, or should I pacify you by saying you may not be able to answer, because let me not just emphatically say you cannot. You may not be able to answer. Now, come to the confusion and the division that is in Christianity, which this is the actual bone of contention of this discussion. Look at this. In Christianity, we have the Orthodox, we have the Pentecostals, we have the Protestants, we have the spirituals, the spiritual church founded by late Moses Orimolade, who founded the Cherubim and Seraphim Church, okay, which in Nigeria they are being called, aka or nicknamed, the White Garment Church or churches, because there are too many of them now in the White Garment circle, in the White Garment block. Even in CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria, the white garments are not part of CAN. Now, in that same CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria is divided into two. From CAN now, from Christian Association of Nigeria, you now have the Pentecostal, the PFN, Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria. They are different. Christian Association of Nigeria is different. Do you see that? Now, the Pentecostals come up with the idea of being born again, accepting Christ as your Lord and personal Savior, and you become born again. Though you were a Christian in an Orthodox church, but for you to be accepted, actually to be a child of God, according to the Pentecostal understanding or the Pentecostal teachings, you must be born again. You must accept Christ as your Lord and personal Savior. Which is to say that when you were in the Orthodox, such as Anglican, Presbyterian, Methodist, Roman Catholic, etc., you were not a child of God. That is the interpretation of the Pentecostals. Again, the Pentecostals will say that the Orthodox churches, Orthodox ministers, that they preach sermon, they prepare sermon, textual sermon, while they, the Pentecostals, they give message, but all of them comes from the Bible. They quote the same Bible. Now, if you have the understanding of homiletics and the homiletics, you will know what I'm talking about. The textual sermons that the Orthodox priests do prepare, they derive their root from the Bible, the source of their teachings from the Bible, to equate what is happening in the present, to correct what is happening at the present. The Pentecostals will say no, that is not it. That they themselves they do get message direct from God. Now the message they get from God, they will still quote the same Bible for that message they got from God. And when you hear the Orthodox priests preach, they don't say, and the Lord told me, and the Lord told me. But when the Pentecostal preachers are preaching, they'll say, God told me. God just ministered to me now. God ministered to me when I was in the vehicle. God ministered to me while I was coming. God ministered to me as I woke up. God ministered to me while I was in the bedroom taking my bed. God told me, go and tell my people. But they will still quote the Bible. Do you see it now? Now, listen. We were told the Bible was written according to the manners and the customs of the Orientals. Take a look at that word, manners and customs. If we should go by that, it automatically means that the Bible is a traditional document, not a religious document. If we should go by that, it simply means that the Bible is a traditional document. And if you look at it, you will still ask yourself this question and see if you will understand something here. Now, when God had that interaction with Abraham before his name was changed to Abraham, according to the Bible story, okay? Which religion was that? And all the stories that you see in the Bible, were they under which religion? Were they under Christian religion? That aside. Again, when we talk about the word sin, S-I-N, sin, the question here now is, what is sin in the Christian religion? What is sin in the Islamic religion? What is sin in the Buddhist religion? What is sin in the Hindu's religion? You will agree with me that most of the things that are sin to the Christian religion are not sin to the Islamic religion. Same to the Hindus, same to the Buddhists. If that is true, and all these religions are from God, why the discrepancy? Why the confusion? Why? I have said, and I maintain, that no religion is founded by God, and no religion is of God. And that is why there are too many confusions. The last but not the least, let me summarize with this. I had a pastor in Nigeria, a Pentecostal pastor in Nigeria, one of those criminals in the pulpit, David Ibiome, of Salvation Ministry in Port Harcourt. Look at what he said. That God have revealed to him the solution to the problem of Nigeria. That if he release that solution, that Nigeria will not suffer, will not borrow in the next 5 years. But that he will not. What was his reason why he will not? He said, if you have a solution to somebody's problem and you give the person the solution just like that, say you will not be relevant. What point is he trying to make? He is waiting for Nigeria to recognize him and say, oh yeah, come and tell us what is the solution, so that he will be recognized as being relevant. Do you now see? And he now brought in Bible story of Joseph into it. Joseph in Egypt, interpreting the dream of Pharaoh. And when he interpreted that dream, he did not give Pharaoh the solution until Pharaoh said, Oya, come. You have interpreted this and Oya, come. Tell us, what is the solution? Oya, you handle the solution. You see? That he wants to be relevant. But you have members who are still in Nigeria suffering the pain, going through the pains of bad economy in Nigeria. But those his members are suffering at the expense of his own stupidity of wanting to be relevant. Do you see? But this man who is talking like, who said this now? Who openly said this? That is in the news, in the social media. He said it to his congregation. And people are there, people listening to him. Now, those people that listen to him, you see where I talked about wisdom? Were they able to ask themselves, so you have the solution to Nigeria's problem that all of us are going through. But you don't want to say it because you want to be recognized first. Until then, we should be suffering and coming to church. You'll be declaring fasting and prayers. We'll be doing night vigils and all the rest of them. But you have the solution of the Nigerian problem. Would they think? Would they reason? No. Wisdom, according to the Bible, is profitable. To do what? To direct. Thank you. The word is enough for the wise. Till I come your way again. Remain safe. I love you. Bye.